Guys and girls, hello. Welcome back. Time to check in. It's been a really, really good week. But first of all, how are you? I hope you're doing great. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're winning at all the things that you're tackling. I hope you're learning. I hope you are growing through all the things that the Lord is growing you in. I hope you are stepping closer to what the Lord is calling you for. And all these things really been, yeah, as I mentioned last week, let's start off with the one healing we said we'd bring. And God stepped in, as He always does, when we say we're going to step out for Him. You know, when we say things and we believe and we know God is going to do what He says He will do, He will always show up. He'll always step in. There's no doubt about it. The Bible does, in fact, tell us, though, however, if he who asks something of the Lord and doubts it shouldn't expect to receive anything from the Lord. So when we speak things, we speak life, but there comes this place in your mind where you've got to believe it and not doubt. And it is possible to do that. I don't know how to teach people how to get there, but it starts by continuously stepping out and just knowing God will do it. Whether you see it immediately or you don't see it immediately, doesn't matter. God's going to do it. He is doing it. He has done it. You understand what I'm saying? So I was just at a client one day, and I've got a friend there who I chat to quite a bit, and they were struggling with. Well, they kept on holding their head as we were talking, and then, as the guy that I am, I tend to make people laugh a bit, and every time, she ended up laughing. She's like, "No, don't make me laugh. My head hurts," and I'm like, "Oh, you've got a bit of a migraine over there." And she's like, "No, but it is that stage where it's on its way to one." And I said, "Okay, well, let's quickly sort it out for you over there. I know this very good healer." And she's like, "Yes, please pray for me." And I prayed like we normally do. We just command healing, take up the authority Jesus has given us, and just command the authority, command the pain to leave, to be healed, and asking the questions afterwards. Okay, how is it? How was it before we prayed? How was it after we prayed? And she's a bit of a technical one, so it wasn't super bad, but it was getting there. So when the first time I asked and she checked in, was a 3.5. After prayer, it went down to a 2.7. Getting very technical, I know, but we do joke around a little bit as well sometimes. So it's got a little bit to do with that also. But it went lower. So we prayed 2 or 3 times. We prayed, and then it just went lower and lower. And then as we were continuing our conversation afterwards, sharing some news and updates, because I haven't been there in a while, and we just love playing a little bit of catch up and stuff, and ended up laughing. By the time I left, I said, "You know what? You ended up laughing and had all these things, and you didn't hold your head so much." And she's like, "Yes, it's been lighter. Pretty much, it is gone now." And so, yeah, that's just a quick little impact again about how quickly Jesus can pitch up. You can see it, and you will see it. You just step out and you pray and you pray and you pray. And when you think you're done praying, you pray some more, and God will pitch up. The rest of the week was still continuing down that transition phase that I'm currently busy with, new things coming on, dealing with a few things along the way, some things falling off. And it's been truly, truly tremendous. It's been such an amazing time, such an amazing place that I'm going into, which brings me to a little bit of news. It might be good news, it might not be good news. It depends on how you look at it. This will be the last Time to Testify episode. And I want to thank every single person that's walked this journey with me, that's been listening to the journey right through to the end. And it goes to show you how much God pitches up as well, and how He meets us, who we are, where we are at. He just comes and meets us. It's quite interesting because this is episode 30 of Time to Testify, and the Lord knew if we stopped on 29, I would have forced another episode to get to 30. And so over the last week or two, I can't remember if I mentioned it last week, but this is all part of this transition phases that I just felt in my heart a week or two ago. I felt that we're reaching the end of this Testify series. And over this last week, the Lord just really placed it on my heart. He said, I felt Him say, "Okay, we're done now with this. It's time for the next step, time for the next thing, time for what's next." And so this particular series is coming to an end tonight, today. wherever it is you're watching it, whatever time of day it is you're watching it. And yeah, as I said, thank you so much for walking this journey with me. I hope you grew a little bit with me. I hope you enjoyed watching as we just chat about the stuff that God does. I hope you continue, and I want to urge you, I want to encourage you to continue doing what we have been doing. Step out, pray for people, make sure that the person next to you that they know that Jesus loves them so, so much. Make sure they know that Jesus died for them, and for all sin, once for all, and that he loves them, and that he loves them, and that he loves them, and then you tell them again that he loves them in the end of the day. And that's a big thing that's been standing up for me so much lately is, the main thing that we need to do is people need to know that God loves them. And especially down the line that I like to run when it comes down to these things and point out the wrongs that people often do. But I realized people aren't interested to know what they're doing wrong. And this is part of this phase also over the last few weeks that I've been dealing with, especially over this last week. We have to get into stages where we deal with the stuff that we aren't doing right yet, stuff that we are doing wrong, stuff that isn't right yet, stuff that there is to deal with. We have to go down that road. But speaking from my own side, that's what testifying is for. Being a witness is for. It's not nice to consistently be grinding at what is wrong, what is wrong, what is wrong. Even if it is with a person that's got your best interest at heart, even if it is with a person that's on your side always, that's really fighting for you, and able to help you better, and able to help you grow. Iron sharpens iron, that sort of level of stuff, even in that vicinity. I just realized, and this week is a little bit of a bonus because, again, I'm not recording it on Saturday. I'm actually recording this like the day before. So, we make the final episode a little bit of a bonus input, not just a week, but plus some. So a week and a bit, you could say. And just throughout this, I realized last night I was sitting with a person again, and I just said, you know what, the one thing that's really been eating at me a bit is that it's not fun to be in the firing line the whole time. If it consistently happens on a daily basis almost, it's good. It's good that we grow, but I need a break, and it feels weird to say that sometimes, but I need a break. I want to sit down and just chat to chat. I just want to, build relationship to build a relationship. I just want a coffee to have coffee. I just don't want to sit and have serious conversations right now. And it's okay. I need to tell you that it's okay because the recipient of me saying this said they understand, and it's okay. It's 100% okay to feel like that. It's okay to want a break from dealing with some stuff a little bit, but don't take that break too long. Don't make it a non-ending break, a permanent break. Don't do that, because that's not good either. We don't want to completely stop doing what we are doing, because the stuff that is there that needs dealing with, they really need to be dealt with. And sometimes it happens in an instant. You've heard me say this often, the same way that healing occurs. Sometimes it happens, and this person of of mine that I really enjoy chatting to about these things, they love to speak about layers and how some things do work and operate in layers. And if you remember from Shrek, like ogres have layers, so onions have layers. So so I always think of that when she talks about the layers, and it's really interesting because that's how some stuff works. Um, it takes layers at a time, and then you get a little bit lighter and a little bit lighter. And as we get lighter, we go deeper and we get closer to that thing that we need to deal with as well. And then once we get there, and there the thing happens that we need to deal with, then it breaks. That's where it breaks. That's where the big breakthroughs end up happening and coming along. So I want to urge you to have these conversations with people, but beyond that, keep stepping out, keep telling people at your work, in your relationships, when you're in the malls, if you're at a cashier, if you're in a line at the bank, or anywhere where you are in queues, or wherever there's a delay. Watching Todd White is so interesting for me, because whenever there's a delay in an airport or wherever this guy is, he gets it straight into the opportunity to tell people about Jesus, to tell people about his testimony. Share your testimony, my friend. If Jesus saved you from a life of whatever, if Jesus stepped into your life at any given moment and he places it on your heart and says to you, my son, my daughter, this is the thing I need you to share for me. There, go be a witness about that thing and step out there in the world and be better witnesses. Because that's what we are called to be. We're called to be witnesses wherever we are for Jesus, for his goodness, for his glory, for all the great stuff that he is. We are called to do that for him and just, dive in and keep your eyes fixed on him. So, yeah, that being said, this is the last time I'm going to say thank you so much for walking this journey with me. It's really been an incredible journey. This isn't the end of it all. It's just the end of this series. There is something coming up that's going to take this one's place. I'm just not 100% sure when we're going to start with it, but we are going to be building on something and it's really going to be cool. A friend of mine gave me a very good idea, or not just an idea, something that they felt the Lord placed on their heart as an idea to go on from this, what we're doing, the next step almost. And that's going to be really fun stuff. It might include a little bit of visuals of what we've been talking about so far. So watch this space. This isn't the end. This is the end of Time to Testify. And I really appreciate all the support, everybody that's been reaching out, everybody that's been sharing some stuff. I know there's a lot of things that I didn't get to that I say every week. I wanted to get to checking in on healings and, hearing from people and sharing some other testimonies and stuff. And I know I didn't get to all of them. And I apologize for that. But don't stop them coming. Share them with me, because even though I didn't share them online or on a recorded message like this, I did share them out there often. I can promise you that you can take me at my word. I have shared stories because it gives me the opportunity to share with people what God has done in other people's lives. So never stop sharing your testimony. Never stop listening to testimonies and use them. You don't need to make it your own and say it's happened to you, because sometimes for me, that's lying. I don't say sometimes, for me permanently, that's lying. But you can share that this happened to a friend of yours. And it's important that we be a witness in the desert, crying, prepare ye the way of the Lord. It is so important that we keep doing that and just keep your eyes fixed on Jesus, like Peter did when he got out of that boat and he walked on water and he said, Lord, if that is you, let me come out of this boat and walk to you. And Jesus said, so come. Keep your eyes fixed on Jesus. May your eyes forever remain on Jesus. May you continue winning. May you grow so tremendously well that the growth will not silence you, because we need to keep speaking. But may your growth really blow you away, knock your socks off. And may I have the opportunity somewhere in life to actually meet you and hear your story as well. It would be really good to do that. But this has really been such an honor and such a privilege for me to just be a little bit of a voice of the Lord and get to share with you guys all the cool stuff and fun stuff that we've been doing so far. I look forward to the stuff to come. I look forward to the other things that we're going to be talking about and the way you're going to see me growing and that sort of thing. But don't stop reaching out. Don't stop commenting. You'll still see all the other videos, of course, the other things that's going to happen. But this is the end of Time to Testify. So a final thank you. I bid thee adieu. I want to encourage you to keep running, and may the richest blessings of God find you the harder you work, the more you want it, the more you strive for him, the more you shine for him, the more you remember that it's about him and not about us, even though he blesses us and he adds to our lives as we make it about him and share about him. May it really just blow you away. Thank you again so much. To God be all the glory in the end of everything, for everything, because everything is from him, everything is to him. We are made by him, for him. Keep well. Chat to you again soon in the next series. Shalom, shalom.